Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Michael, how are we?
Oh, we're doing good.
Good.
Getting excited for tonight.
What's going on tonight, Mike?
Well, I get to wear like a helmet contraption to bed for like a sleep study thing.
Sleep apnea?
Yeah. Which I definitely have. But I had to go to the doctor this morning and they're like, I didn't know what to expect. But I guess
like the whole Lord Vader mask.
No, that's my recollection is like the Lord Vader mask is what you're going to see. And I'm like, oh, man. And so they're like, no, it's come a long way. It's not that big a deal.
Pretty unobtrusive. Because they used to be like straps around your head and everything.
I think this is just measuring to see what kind of giant Vader mask they need to give me. You know what I mean? Like,
gotcha.
How much air do we need to puff into this dude's face to keep him going? You know, kind of thing. And so, no, I get to wear some like what looks like a big GoPro camera, stapled to my forehead.
Look like a spelunker.
I will, totally. Yeah. And then I have to wear this thing around my chest, and it's like, oh, this is going to be a fitful rest for sure. I mean, Why wouldn't you have fitful rest with a pound of metal sitting on your forehead and this thing wrapped around your
Yeah, I always
chest?
chuckle when I walk through those hospital halls where they're like, quiet, sleep study in progress.
Yeah.
And you're going, really? Somebody's in there, like having a restful sleep? Are you kidding me? You're in the hospital in a sleep study?
I think they try to not do that as much anymore. Like, they've gotten way better at, like, having you at home, like, normal. And
that's what you're going to do at home?
I think so, yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. But they were like, some of them are just mouth guards now.
Ah.
Like, they have special mouth guards. So you don't wear this. Because I'm like, my whole thing is, look, if I'm in bed with a girl and you've got this, like, Darth Vader helmet on, there's just no chance that it's like, honey.
She's got her bite guard. You've got that thing in. Yeah.
She might as well have curlers in her hair and her facial mask on, too. You know what I mean?
Getting old, man. We're getting old.
Dude, it's crazy. Anyways, welcome back. What a crazy day yesterday. I am still, I think, sort of high. Are you high, E?
I didn't feel it like you did, although I'm shocked that I didn't, based on how much was in the air.
I kind of am, just from being here for a couple hours the next day, honestly.
He was like, Jay's going to get here and, like, get high.
Honestly,
seriously.
Yeah.
You would not have believed, like, first off, Charlie LaDuff came in and was great for a couple hours, and that was fun. And then E ends up taking a nap down here. He's like, we're caught in that weird position of, do I go home and come back? Mm-hmm. It's like, just fucking crash, dude. You're fine. He was partying all weekend downtown at the
movement, right?
Movement, yeah. And so he stayed, and then Darren McCarty shows up to do the Grind Time podcast, grindtimepodcast.com. Episode 1 is there. The one that we did last night will be up at some point today, but you can go to, if you want to watch some of it, you can go to Grind Time with Darren McCarty on Facebook. And the whole thing was Facebook Live. He had a band in here.
Yes.
Gasoline Gypsies, who were absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe how good they were. So check that out. But along with Darren comes a team of, like, I don't know, 20 dudes, 15 dudes that are just...
I was actually, like, even for me, like, it just, like, there just kept being new people walking in, and I'm just kind of like, and not that I should, you want a big stuff or be like, but it's like, dude, me and Mike are part of the podcast down here that's done 5 days a week, and they're just kind of like, they're not even like, oh, who are you? They're just kind of like, well, here's more entourage, and here comes more
move
blunts.
over, dude.
Yeah. And dude, these guys sit down, and I've never seen anything like it. Like, fine, people smoke
amount of weed, you mean?
Dude, the amount, it was like 8 guys with just trays in front of them, and it's like,
I had to go make a blunts roll.
Yeah, he had to run up to the store to get tobacco blunts for these guys. And I'm like, where are you going to eat? Man, I got to go buy blunts. I'm like,
and it's all medicinal.
Oh, absolutely all
100%,
medicinal.
Yeah,
yes.
We've all got cards. It's all legal.
This is we're on top of things here. This is a legal operation, period. And so, dude, these guys are just rolling while smoking one, and then it was just like lighted off that one, and for hours.
Oh my God!
For hours, hours straight, There were multiple dudes chain smoking blunt. Like, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It is fucking absolutely foreign to me. Like, I remember people be like, take 3 hits of a joint and be like, dude, and just melt into the couch.
Yeah, eat some Cheetos.
How do you get to that point? How does that happen?
Jesus, you ate one gummy bear. And you're like,
Yeah, right.
you must have been feeling it last night, huh?
I swear, like I said, I swear, I remember trying to think, like, because I was going to drive home, and, like, I don't know, do I feel weird? I don't think that I got it, but I must
Contact
have.
buzz, you had to.
I
Dude,
must
this whole
have, though.
Dude, this whole place, like, E and I had every window.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
when they left.
I can tell. I can tell what it was last night. Like,
Yes.
I've been in the aftermaths of parties enough to know
Sure.
that, oh, shit, yeah, I can look at just the state of the floor, the couches, etc., and know this place came apart.
Yeah, it came undone last night, and then they had a little meeting down here after the show because it was only about midnight, so we had to conduct a little business. And
Meeting.
meeting.
I said a meal.
Well, we had a meal too, but it was a lot of fun. But it was, dude, I that's gonna be hard to handle, like, a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to do.
You gonna put rules in place?
Dude, nobody even asked me. And I'm not bitching
Yeah.
about, and, you know, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm cool. I'm not an arc. I don't care. I'm
Yeah.
cool. But I'm like,
You're gonna put rules in place.
I don't wanna
Nobody
have-
puts DMAC in the corner. Nobody.
dude, he's like, Reg isn't here, so we're good. So he calls Jay.
Like I'm some kind of narc. or
Reggie the Republican. It's fine. I'm like, dude, it's my house, and it stinks now. And, like, you know, I mean...
something. The carpet's dirty.
Oh man, but it was fun, and the Gasoline Gypsies were so good. So what a talented band, man! They got an album dropping, I think tomorrow, even the 1st or something, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So find them on DMAC's Facebook page, Grind Time with DMAC.
Yeah,
Grind Time Podcast.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey, Zat Ford's famous spring fling is finally here. It was a long, cold winter, as you know, but it's time to sell lots of vehicles and get back on track. Here's a deal that even Easus can afford. It's a sign and drive lease on select new all-wheel drive 18 Ford Escapes, just $222 a month, 0 cash due. Also, they dropped the price on select new 18 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4s, almost $13,000. It's over 30% off. See details and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
So I'm trying to think, Jay. Have I seen you since we were off for 4 days for the long weekend?
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
No, because we didn't do a show Monday for the holiday, and then Tuesday was yesterday. So, how was your time off? Did we?
It's good, yeah.
We
Did
enjoy?
a little bit of everything. We
Yeah.
had a pretty busy weekend. Did some soccer,
Movement?
saw solo. Did not go to movement, barbecue, parade.
Parade?
Yeah, all that sort
Where
of
did you
stuff.
find a parade?
Memorial Day. You know, down
Where did
on
you
Lake
find
Orion.
one?
Well,
Any main
Memorial Day.
street in fucking America?
Main Street, USA, Mike.
Right.
Well, was it in Lake Orion where
It
I've
was-
heard living is a vacation?
It was indeed.
Nice.
And where they have Memorial Day parades.
Very good. Now, were there anybody you know participating in said parades?
Yeah, Manny's
okay.
in the marching band. So,
Very good.
Yep.
So to go out and support your boy.
Of course.
Solo? Did I hear you saw Solo?
I saw Solo.
You did. The
I know
new
it-
Star Wars.
It's
movie.
had mixed reviews, right? A lot of people kind of panning it because it didn't take what it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to take like 130 million first weekend, and I think it took like 89 or 90 million.
Ooh.
So people were freaking out.
Yeah.
I'm not the best person to ask because I'm an easy sell on these sort of things. I
Yeah.
am for now, at least.
Yeah.
I've indicated to you that I think Disney, and this is obvious, this is not breaking news, they're going to run this shit into the ground.
Yeah.
They're going to do a movie every year, and guys like me are going to fall off pretty quickly.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
there yet, so I was really interested to see it. Plus, I've got my little sweet pie, my tiny girl!
Tiny girl!
Who's a huge Star Wars fan now.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
freaking enormous. Way
Yeah.
bigger than my boys were.
That's good. So
Yeah.
she knows characters and stuff.
Absolutely.
Very important. Very important. You'll remember last Christmas when it was Beth's nephews were getting all kinds of Star Wars stuff, but they didn't really know who these people were.
Oh, yeah.
And they were getting stuff like Misa.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like kick ass. Like
Jar
they did,
Jar.
and
They
it was
were,
like, oh.
falling in love with Binks.
I'm like, dude, it's-
love you, Eric.
I'm like trying to steal Binks. Like, kid, no, dude,
Chuck
this is
Binks.
not
Chuck
cool.
Binks now.
Get Binks the fuck
You
out of
get
here.
it out of here.
I understand you're 4. You're not really familiar with the Star Wars world, but Binks is not the one to fall in love with.
No, not Binks.
You know,
Anything but Binks.
anyone but Binks.
Yeah.
Maybe an Ewok even more
Maybe.
than Binks. So, so Sweet Pie at least knows who these characters are.
Yeah, and I will say, I thought like we went on Sunday morning that opening weekend, and we went out to like a 9 a.m. show.
Nice. The matinee where it's like $6 or
Yeah,
some shit.
dude.
Yeah,
We're in Ohio, and so I'm like, Sweet Pie, we got time before the game. Let's go see the movie at 9 a.m. So we went, and I'm expecting a smattering of people. It was full. It wasn't packed, but it was full at 9
Yeah.
a.m. on Sunday. So
Wow.
it didn't look to
Holiday
me like
weekend.
Yeah, I know, but it didn't look to me like it was a big disappointment in terms of sales.
Yeah.
But that's completely anecdotal.
You were in Ohio, though. There's not a lot to do there.
True.
So
Quite true.
Got to take that into account.
Yeah. I liked it though. Generally, I mean, there's some cool, definitely some cool parts.
See,
Definitely some slower parts.
This is the least animated I've ever seen you reaction-wise to a Star Wars
Oh,
anything.
dude, expect it going into the future because this is
Yeah.
this is how it's going to go. They will water it down.
So, yeah, for some reason, I knew it came out. I saw on Twitter there were the mixed reviews you're kind of speaking of. But I didn't have some overwhelming desire to go see it.
You should. You'd like it.
You think
Yeah,
so?
Yeah, it's worth it for sure.
Okay. I'm sure I will, but I'm kind of getting that feeling like, when it's on HBO. When it hits Netflix, maybe. I don't know.
The Chewie solo meetup is pretty sweet.
Is
when they
it?
First meet, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some really cool scenes. It
Yeah.
started slow though. It started, and I'm like, I was kind of cringing at a couple parts, like right off the bat, and like the first 5-10 minutes, and going,
Yeah.
oh no, I literally cringed. I got the pea shivers. I was like,
no.
"Ugh."
What are
Really?
those pea shivers? They're
God, it
so
was
weird.
It was awful, but then it got going and it got pretty cool.
Yeah. So are there other characters in there that we would know, though? Like, is Lord Vader in there? Or
There's someone that will surprise you, and I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right.
You'll
Very
know.
good.
Yeah, you'll know Lando, obviously.
Yeah. But I always want the old characters. I know going forward, they're not going to be able to have the
The Woody Harrelson character is really cool.
really.
Yeah.
See, I was worried about that one. That was one like kind of. I'm like, that's Woody Harrelson.
He's
Like,
cool. The black chick from Westworld, the English
Yeah,
accent
shows her
chick.
tits
yeah,
a lot.
She's
Yeah.
in it. She's good.
Love her tits
Yep.
in Westworld.
Yeah. Westworld's
She's in
cool,
the-
by the way. Have you been watching Westworld?
Yeah.
Are you
not,
caught up?
I haven't started watching season 2, but
You should. Oh man.
is it awesome?
Oh.
Dude, McCarty just last night was outside. He's like, have you seen Westworld? He just got into it. He's like 4 episodes in. He thinks it's the greatest show ever. And the black chick is the whore, right? Doesn't she
Yes.
work in the whorehouse?
Correct.
Yeah, I haven't, for
Well,
whatever
it
reason.
depends on what narrative you're referring to. She's been in lots of different narratives, and that's the problem, Mike.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
the problem.
Have they started to figure shit out yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's
No, it's a
coming
good show.
undone in Westworld.
It's a good show. I'll start watching season 2 now that that's out. I noticed you got your coffee.
I did,
Feeling
dude.
refreshed? Very
I
good.
got my coffee, and it's not a Starbucks.
No, it's McDonald's.
Let me
is
tell
the
you
usual
something.
spot.
Yesterday, May 29th, was the day that Starbucks shut down 8,000 stores across the country
Yeah.
for diversity training.
Sure.
Because of that awful incident in Philadelphia. We all
Inexcusable.
remember. Inexcusable.
Reprehensible.
Where the 2 African-American gentlemen police were called on them. They ended up getting arrested, pulled out, and settled, and
Yeah.
everything's
now
happy
Starbucks needs
apparently.
to make their careers and
Well, yeah, Starbucks hooked them up. They are going to be just fine. But in
Mm-hmm.
the meantime, they're going to be woke bays. God damn it, they're going to be
Yeah.
woke bays, and they're going to make sure all of their employees are too.
well, that's all you can expect. I mean,
So-
there's the quotes I saw from Starbucks yesterday because there were obviously a million stories about them closing the stores down. Were just like, I mean, we are so ashamed as an organization. I'm like, would you knock it off? Really, really. You need to be such woke bays that the shame that
Yeah.
you're feeling. Oh my! So
It's their whole corporate culture, though. You know what I mean? And so,
I
and
know.
they've put all their chips on that. So
yeah,
it is what it is. It hurt their sales yesterday because yesterday was one of, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 times during the year that I go to Starbucks, and it's for the green tea latte. I'll admit, Mike, it's delicious.
Really?
Yes.
and so you
On
actually
ice, the iced.
iced one. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
The green tea latte on ice. It's Gabrielle's birthday.
Yeah. Well, obviously you got to get her that.
So we're talking, hey, let's go get a coffee. Let's get green tea lattes. We haven't gotten those forever. We show up, it's the goddamn closure day. But there's an employee walking in back, like taking out the garbage. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. We're closed today. I go,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's your diversity day. That's
Yeah.
right. You guys are racist. Well, hopefully you learned something. Thanks. She's like,
Oh no.
Yeah.
What was that unwoke bay doing? Worried about the trash at this
I don't know
inconvenient
if
time?
their little powwow hadn't gotten together yet because we drove by later and they were sitting underneath a tree. It looked like the employees were all gathered underneath a tree with like binders and stuff. So I guess that hadn't started, and maybe she was the manager, got there early. I don't know.
Why couldn't you go? Look, just slip me a couple of green teas. It's
I know,
their
man.
birthday on the side, really quick.
I know.
You know,
I was pissed.
God, dude, if I was an employee there, I told you I'd quit. Fuck that. I'm not. No, I don't need Starbucks teaching me how to be a woke bae. It's like, dude, just be a fucking human, man.
That's what Gab and I said as we're driving. Like, what are they possibly teaching? Be kind. Be kind to everyone.
How about don't be an asshole to people? Yeah. Don't be just an outward racist.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Shit. Why didn't I think of that? Thank God Starbucks held this meeting now, so I know not to be a dick to fellow humans.
It's an incredible assumption that people are making nowadays that everybody's just racist, just trying to hold it in. And God damn it, these stories like Roseanne sure don't help.
I know. What a moron.
What a fucking idiot.
You know what, though? I one part of this, I will say, I don't want to defend her or the tweets. I mean, it's just so stupid. But when she said Ambien, I went, oh, yeah. I've heard about people doing lots of dumb shit on Ambien.
Well, that's why she referred to Rogan, too. She said, I'm going on Rogan's podcast on Friday. Apparently, he speaks out about that and is like, that shit will fuck you up.
Dude,
you know?
the stuff that I was doing on prednisol, that, like, dude, I was out of my fucking mind. I mean, you at one point went, dude, you get off Facebook. Stop Facebooking. Because I was saying, you know, God knows what I'm responding to at 2 in the morning, and I'm fucking out of my gourd.
It's a dangerous mix, social media and NyQuil. I mean, really, NyQuil do the same thing to me.
Totally. And I've, you know, I mean, without my mommy being here, flying in from California and like keeping an eye on my door. Like, dude, I was walking out of my house to get into my car at 3 in the morning to go meet G and his wife at some concert somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I get pulled over, and people have reports of, like, being pulled over. There was a congressman, one of the Kennedys, smashed into a bunch of cars at, like, 3 in the morning. And when the cop was like, so what are you doing? He's like, I'm on my way to a vote. It's a very serious vote. The guy's like,
no, you're
what?
Not.
No, there's no vote taking place at 3 in the morning, sir. And it turns out he was an Ambien guy and just got in his car for some reason, and it's some weird middle of the night. Had no recollection of getting in his car, crashing his car, talking to the police officer.
So you're excusing Roseanne?
I'm not excusing it, but I thought that was interesting that it was like, hey,
Seems
look.
like she should have hung her hat completely on that.
Yeah.
If that was the case, really.
But she's got a history of dumb tweets, right? You know what I mean? And it's a weird thing, too, because that show, of all shows, has always been very, very progressive. Like, even going back to the 90s, the Roseanne show was the one that tackled, like...
kissing lesbians, right?
Yes, gays and lesbians and all kinds of stuff. Masturbation. Like, they were doing taboo topics in society decades before other people were. And this new show, it's like they've got a kid that wears a fucking skirt, and then this kid has a half-black daughter, and then this one's doesn't know if it's trans or not. Like, all the characters have some progressive... Their writers are all super liberal.
That's what's ironic, and it's being couched as this. Oh, Trump! You know, Trump lovers are gonna love Roseanne, and they did jump on it right away because they're like, oh, she's a Trump supporter on the show, and then it started to dwindle. I think as they realized, like, no, this is a very progressive, left-leaning show. In
Absolutely.
reality.
And I wonder. I don't know. I don't even know what the ratings were doing.
They were starting to tank.
Were they? Yeah.
I mean, not tank. It was still doing okay, but they were.
Well, they acted like
decreased.
It was the greatest thing ever. Like, oh, look at this smash hit. It was like, dude, well, the show was a huge success 20 years ago. It makes perfect sense that people would be interested for that first episode to tune back in and go, wow, it's literally the whole original cast. Let's see what it's like. That didn't surprise me at all. But I even tuned in for it. I haven't watched another episode since. Mm-hmm. Not because I was offended by anything. Just I don't care about sitcom television that much.
Right.
You know. So
laugh tracks don't interest you.
No, and I mean, I have a personal connection with the Roseanne show, as you know, Jim.
Yeah, you saw the last one, right?
Yeah, I was there for the filming of the last one, and apparently...
You don't need that? You don't?
No. God, I'd love to know what preceded that, you know? Like, if I could hear just the sentence or two that preceded that outburst...
Roast beef!
But no, dude, she's going to lose millions and millions of dollars. Viacom has yanked, like, the reruns of that.
Yeah.
I think for those old episodes, they paid, like, $1 million per episode, 220 of them, per episode to do in you know, rerun form. Syndication. And that's the thing. You got to hit 100 episodes. That's the key for syndication. And so... she's she's the star. I mean, there's no bigger star of the Roseanne show than Roseanne Barr. And so the money she was making.
Yeah, that was an expensive tweet.
It sure was. And, you know, do you feel bad for the rest of the team? I mean, there's probably a couple hundred people in full that are working on staff at this thing. And it's like, you know, Roseanne's fine. Roseanne's got a house in Hawaii.
Right.
She's got her fucking walnut farm, whatever that thing is, and she's made tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars.
And
you
so
know?
is Gilbert, who's producing it. She's been in a lot of shit, and she'll be fine too.
she's
So is
got the-
John Goodman.
Yes.
He'll be fine. But yeah, there's a lot of little
The
people,
Grips.
as they say.
What are the Grips going to do?
The best boy.
What about the best boy? Everybody needs a good best boy. He's a good best boy. And they don't make that kind of money. They don't make top dollar.
No.
You know, I don't know what the average going rate for a good grip is, but it's his bank account. If we Google
Best boys.
executive grip of the Roseanne show, you know, he's not going to have $80 million in his
No.
bank account.
Not like Roseanne.
Yeah. I didn't even understand her tweet, really. She's talking about Valerie Jarrett and Muslim
You didn't
Brotherhood.
understand it. I mean, it's just overtly racist. Like, yeah, if a Muslim person mated with an ape, you
Yeah.
get Valerie Jarrett.
That's what she was saying. And so why was she saying
That's
I thought
my
she
take
was
on it.
white? Yeah, well, yeah, obviously. But and then she tried to say, like, I thought she was white. I don't know. And then, you know,
The Ambien talking.
yeah.
The best case scenario, the
Yeah.
Ambien's talking.
Yeah. She did come out and, you know, try to apologize. But they shit can that show so fast.
God, what do you want them to do? You know, in this environment, like, you have to, right? If you're ABC, you have to.
Do you?
Yes.
You do.
Yep.
So when Joy Behar goes on and insults every Christian on the planet
know,
by
I know.
saying, yeah, if you hear Jesus talking to you, that's called mental illness.
I know.
And it was a month before she apologized. A month. And it was a shitty apology,
Yeah,
too.
but you know that you can insult Christians. Everybody does, and that's okay. But you cannot insult the African American
Or Muslim. Muslim.
or Muslim. I forgot
Yeah.
about the Muslim.
Yeah. So it just seemed
Double whammy.
funny, the timing where it's like,
The
oh, we're-
hypocrisy is enormous, no question about it.
Yeah.
And that's what Trump supporters are doing today. They're attaching
Yeah.
all these Bill Maher. Oh, look, he equated Trump to an orangutan. Okay, it's not racial, though.
right.
You know, this is an
Trump
overtly
does kind of
racial-
look like an
He
orangutan,
sort
in
of
fairness.
does. He's orange.
He's orange, and he's got that hair thing going that some of
Does.
those orangutans
Almost
have.
like a shaved orangutan himself with just the plume on top.
Yes,
Very much.
Exactly.
But yeah, dude, look, listen. The environment is such, everybody knows it. That is the dumbest possible thing you could
Yeah.
say, is to call an African American person, equate them to a monkey or an ape. It's
Yeah.
just, it's inexcusable.
It is, and yeah, there's really nothing else you can say. Like, even trying to defend, I don't even want to try to defend them.
No.
You know, I hate seeing people lose their jobs. I hate, you know, more than anything when comedians are clearly trying to push lines. We do it on this show. The best stand-ups in the world have done it forever. Sometimes they cross the line, but with something like this, you're just a moron. That's just so stupid. It's not even. There's nothing funny.
No.
There's nothing uniquely like, wow, I never thought of it like that. You know, like Louis C.K. can do some racial shit that you go, fuck me, man. That is hilarious. You know, and it's well thought out. It's something that no one else had thought of. It's original, and to do like,
An angle that you go, oh,
Yeah.
okay, that was pretty brutal, but
but damn, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, when he gets do that last special, when he's like, you know, Christianity won like hands down, like forever, like that was decided forever ago, and he's like, you want to know how I know why? What year is it? And as soon as he said, what year is it? I went, motherfucker. Oh,
and his whole, of course, but maybe.
but maybe. If your
That whole
kid's-
routine.
If your kid could go,
Of course slavery's bad. Of course. But maybe. It's like,
of course no one wants you to get killed during the war. Of course. But maybe
Yeah.
if you're shooting at people. Yeah, I mean some brilliant stuff, but Roseanne just goes, this is just stupid. And she
it's
sounds...
just racist, man.
It is. But she's also got a lot of...
Moreover, let me say this: like maybe as a
Maybe.
stand-up, maybe you know you could go there and go into that, and if you're 10 people in the audience like you, or you're 1,000 or whatever you're drawing as a stand-up, because you're your own entity at that point.
Yep.
Then that's great if that's what you want to do, and that's what you find funny, and that's what your followers find funny. Hey, free speech, go at it. That's interesting to know that that's how you really feel.
Yeah.
But to do it in the context of you're on an ABC show, one of the top
by
show-
Disney.
yeah, owned by Disney. Like you realize in this environment you can't even toe that line.
Yeah. And she's already getting smashed for, you know, towing the line with the Trump stuff. Like every other day there's something where it's on razor's edge. She's got to know that. Roseanne's not stupid, and Roseanne also knows that there are hundreds of people that are personally employed by her that are now fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, those people are just out of a job, a great job at that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you know, to do something like that, I don't know. What else can we say about it? You know, it doesn't matter.
I like that you say
Idiotic.
it's just unquestionable that Roseanne's not stupid. I mean, we don't know that.
No, Roseanne's not stupid. She's not. I'm telling you, you don't get to that level by being stupid. You know, I mean,
not moronic, but that was a pretty fucking dumb move she just made.
yeah, I agree. She should just lean hard on Ambien. I mean, this should
That's
just
the
be
only play.
This should be Roseanne versus Ambien, and it should be played out in the public. That's it.
Yeah,
you know
go,
what I mean?
Go to your grave as the Ambien made me do it.
You know, and she should be doing test studies where she's popping Ambiens, and even if it's not reacting, just wake up in the middle of the night and just start tweeting N-words and stuff.
So
You know what I mean?
Do you think this ought to end her? How do you feel about that?
I was just going to ask you the same thing. Is this the end of Roseanne? Because a lot of people thought, you know, her grabbing her crotch and spitting after the anthem in San Diego or whatever years ago would have done her in. There's been a lot of things that should have done her in. But she's like one of these weird, like, super right-wing conspiracy people.
Yeah.
You know, like Pizzagate and stuff.
I mean, if there's a market for her shit, like I said, if she wants to go out as a free agent and you know, take advantage of a market for her jokes or her commentary, whatever, conspiracy theories,
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I don't see why she ought to be barred from that. But certainly the marketplace shouldn't continue to reward her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what's her name who held up the Trump head?
Kathy Griffin.
Don't kill her. You know, I mean, it was a stupid move, but I would do what you do, Kathy Griffin. And if people like you going forward, they like you, whatever. But
Yeah.
don't look for, you know, a CNN gig again.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. ABC's not going to be calling Roseanne.
Nor should it.
Right. No, I agree. And I had no problem with the firing, you know. It made sense, and when you read it, it was like, holy shit. Because that news broke yesterday afternoon.
Right.
And, you know, it was like, ABC cancels Roseanne's show, and it was like, wait, what? What? And then it was like, the ... tweet. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, tweet. Yep, that'll do it.
God,
That's
man.
all it takes now. You know what I mean? It's not, you know, and...
Why people get into Twitter so hardcore like that? It's just, wow.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know what the point is. Like, what are you hoping comes
So
out of
many
that? You know what I mean?
traps, yeah.
Like, that's it. That's like, okay, you sent this tweet. Like, do you need like, you know, this many followers to like go, oh my God, hilarious.
Yeah.
At 2 a.m. Like, why?
Looking for likes.
Yeah.
Yes, like everybody else.
Like, she doesn't need likes or retweets or at all.
It's insane.
It just doesn't make any sense.
You know what's not insane? You know what does make sense,
What's
Mike?
that?
Putting your money with our buddy Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial. Does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? Do you know if you'll be able to afford that RV?
Ugh.
To go
It's not
floating
looking
around
good.
the country?
It's not looking good for me right now.
Me either.
I'm really counting on Merck.
How could you know if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark Leibovitz.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, I don't know if you saw this story break in the New York Times yesterday about opioids, whatever it's called now, and Purdue Pharma, and when they knew there was a problem with their drugs, a big story yesterday about it.
I did
And
not see that.
so,
Tell me, Mike.
So fucking irritating to me. I'm on a personal level. I know I can ramble about this subject from time to time, but I remember when this was going on. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when this shit was being told to patients, because I was one of those patients being told the bullshit about drugs like OxyContin from doctors. And to learn now, you know, one of the things I was talking to Charlie LaDuff about was, it was like, dude, how don't you get discouraged when you find out all this shit behind the scenes of whether it's your local city government or whatever, and you've got all the evidence, but nobody really gets in trouble, and the public doesn't rally behind you to burn down fucking the town. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're screaming, it's all right here, the fucking evidence. Why are we putting up with this shit? We're hurting our children. The schools are shit. There's murders galore. How do we have a fucking holiday weekend and 3 people are shot in Greektown? What the fuck is going on here? Why do we put up with it? You know? And he's like, no, I don't get discouraged. You know, I don't. It's just part of the game thing. You got to fight and do your thing. But I can't help it. I get fucking angry when I read about like what these guys knew and when, and they're to this day lying about it. But they've uncovered all these internal documents from lawyers on staff at Purdue Pharma that they knew years before, almost immediately, that people were crushing and snorting this drug.
They're the main producer of OxyContin.
They're the grandfather, and basically, they'll deny this, but they will say, people can point to this is the moment when this crisis started, was this drug hitting the market and then being aggressively marketed. When they got special clearance, as in not as addictive, they were able to twist some shit. We did full stories on it, and so for these people to pay a fine, and it's like, do you have any idea how much damage you've done to this country? Tens of millions of people addicted, who are 200,000 people dead. More, I mean, it's so fucking tragic, and it could have been nipped in the bud, and nobody did shit about it. And it was money, 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 money. And so you find out that, these high-end attorneys and people on the Purdue team end up getting, they take a deal with, the U.S. Attorney General wanted to go after them. And George W. Bush was like, nah, it's cool. It's cool what they did. And so these guys agreed to a misdemeanor, did some community service, like these four people that signed off on it. And I'm like, are you fucking
some
kidding
community
me?
service?
As discussed, his
Right.
community service sucks.
Yeah,
we went through this.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 hours of community service seems
sucks.
like a fucking lifetime.
It
But
does.
I see your point. When you're killing people,
Yeah, or when you're hiding it to make money.
Yeah.
It's just it's like the Sackler family or whatever that owns Purdue. It's like, really, how many billions do you need, asshole? Really, you're just gonna, you see this
Blood
going
money.
on. It's it is, and it's just infuriating to me whether it's Wall Street and you see these guys, these white collar criminals. It's like, well, the system works the way it does. It's like, yeah, tell it to the fucking crack dealer on the street that gets thrown in jail for a decade, and yet these guys can kill, I don't know, a couple 100,000 people with no sign of brakes being put on, and it's like, yeah, $640 million in fines. Okay, that's 3 days profits. Wow, that's going to send a big message.
saying the war on drugs is misdirected, Mike.
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
think you're right.
it's an impossible word. I love the people that are like, wow, just ban oxys, and it's like, dude, okay, you've just opened another door that you don't even realize, because you just sent everyone to heroin now.
Well, that and it's created a culture where pain management is just a thing. Like, as important as taking your vital signs, it's like, well, how can I manage that pain for you?
Right.
And here's this, and take this. We're a culture now where, oh my God, if I've got an injury, I certainly shouldn't feel that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know my leg's cut open, but boy,
Yeah.
you take that pain away.
Yeah.
And I know you're going to have to do surgery, and you're going to have to repair bones inside my leg, but God damn it if I feel it.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. I'm not feeling that.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Well, it used to be pushed hard that, who are you as a doctor? Who are you to say what level of pain it is for him? Everybody's an individual, and what might be a 2 in pain to you might be a 10 to them.
Yeah.
If they want 1,000,000 pills, then you give it to them. By golly, who are you to say what their pain level is?
Right.
And it's like, so you just created this market where you could just dump this shit all over people, and we're living with the consequences now, and it's just, I don't know, it's just infuriating. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people saw it. You can read about the whole thing in the New York Times if you'd like, but I'm sure you won't see anyone getting any trouble for it, though. Which is great.
Maybe some community service.
A little bit, 10 hours perhaps.
Hey, everybody.
Amazon.
Yeah. Please use our
Charlie
affiliate links.
Rose.
You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Go ahead and click on them. Shop away. It doesn't cost more. The key, however, is that you click through our links. Also, make sure you're shopping MyPillow.com for all your betting-related needs. Use the code TDC, just simply TDC in the code line. You'll get the very best discount.
Promise you that. Yes, and there's no Goose Down in any of our products.
Goose
ever.
Down ruined America.
Worse than OxyContin is Goose Down. Worst thing in America. Goose Down's probably killed 200,000 people, too. Anyone looked into it?
The duck's warmth actually saved my life because I passed out in the snow.
Passed out. Actually passed out in the snow.
God, I love that, man. We got to call him soon.
Sure.
It's been too long, Colin Kaepernick back in the news a little bit. Do you like Garagos? Mark Garagos, his attorney.
Do I like him?
Was he Jackson's attorney?
Yeah, I have zero feeling about Mark Garagos. I don't know what to say about that.
There's certain lawyers you see on TV, you just go, fuck that guy.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that
I guess
guy.
I don't do that when I see him.
Yeah. Like that. Who's the guy with the white hair that was
Oh,
Jackson's?
it looks like a lion's mane,
Yeah.
right?
Like, I kind of go, fuck you to that guy every time I see him because of his hair.
Cut your goddamn hair.
Yeah.
You look like a lion.
What are you, a 14-year-old? What are we, a child?
Looks like an over-tanned lion.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. What is his name?
I have no idea, but as soon as
you see him.
That guy.
Yeah,
That guy.
yeah. I don't want him representing me. Apparently, he's really good, though.
Yeah.
You know, good enough for Jackson. But anyway, yeah, if you didn't know, Garagos is the attorney for Colin Kaepernick and I believe Eric Reed, as they are saying that the league colluded against them.
They're
for
doing
taking a knee.
depositions and they're picking through emails, etc.
Yeah. And you know, I was the last guy in, and I have issued an apology on this very show because I was the last guy. I just refused to believe that if there was a guy out there that could help your team win more football games, the NFL would find a way to, unless he's got some horrible racist past or beating a girl past.
You've always taken a very strict constructionist view of this, that the NFL simply wants to win games. That's it. They'll do anything to win games.
Yeah.
Not, I think, realizing that there's a lot of pieces to what makes a successful NFL franchise. There's a lot that are middling, and that's okay with them because they're profiting largely off TV contracts, jersey sales, etc.
Of course.
So there's a lot of different considerations. But
Yeah.
to your point, Mike, you did come to the table, you know, a bit late.
A bit late.
But you're here.
You know, I consider myself the Hillary Clinton when she was accepting of gays. That's my, you know what I mean? Like,
did you poll for this first? See how everybody feels?
I didn't poll for this, but I feel like as late as it took her, I think it was 2013 before she went, oh yeah, gays are cool now.
Yeah.
Yay, gay. Yay, gay. Every day before that was marriage should be between a man and a woman. You know, anyway, so yeah, I was late. I should what I missed, Jay. I should have known better once I started seeing all the pink on the field in November for titty cancer awareness. Once that started happening, it was like, this isn't my league anymore. This isn't just the league where, you know, we were men and we rip each other's faces off, and it's all about winning, and you fucking do whatever you got to do to win, you know? When pink started getting on the field and we started celebrating, you know,
titty
awareness, bad titty awareness, that should have been the sign, like, okay, yeah, maybe they wouldn't just take Kaepernick, you know, because he took a knee, you know, during the flag thing. And so, yeah, they're trying to make a collusion case, and I actually kind of believe it now. I believe Eric Reed is the one that gets me because I can make the argument that Kaepernick was just not that great of a quarterback.
Yeah, but Eric Reed's good, huh?
Eric Reed's young and very fucking good. You know, I mean, he was an All-American at LSU, first-round draft pick by the 49ers. Safety, big hitter, fast. Made an impact, started as a rookie, made it to a Pro Bowl. You know, I mean, like, and he's, you know, 4 or 5 years into the league. There's no reason that this, and he's uninjured.
Yeah.
No reason that guy's not starting on, you know, 28 out of 32 teams in the National Football.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe that's saying a bit too much, but you get my point.
I do.
So the fact that he's not, you know, and now they're trying to point the finger at Trump, too, saying that the owners are afraid of Trump. Because Jerry Jones apparently has been deposed, and what did he say? He said something like, he went in this deposition said Trump told me, like, don't go there with this issue. This is a winning issue for me. You're going to lose if you try to take me on as far as this thing. The country will not side with you, and so people don't want to go against the president on this one. And Garagos thinks, well, this substantiates everything we knew that collusion was going on. We thought this just proves they colluded. I think clearly the fact that they said that there was a vote, this unanimous vote about their new policy going forward, means that there was some collusion going on with these guys, trying to figure out a way, you know, to deal with.
Doesn't mean that they colluded to exclude someone. It just means they're trying to figure out a way to deal with it.
Well, Garagos says that he's talked to high-profile coaches that have testified that Kaepernick is a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. In this civil case, there's no doubt that existing coaches, and I'm talking about Super Bowl winning coaches, have testified under oath that he's a starting quarterback in this league. So that's mind-boggling. When you ask them why he isn't being hired, they say it's because of the national anthem policy. Not only is Kaepernick suing, but also Eric Reed.
Yeah, but how can they say that with? How do they have personal knowledge of why another team isn't hiring? So say you have one coach who goes, yeah, man, he's starting caliber. However, I've got Aaron Rodgers here. I'm the head coach of Green Bay, and you might have heard of Aaron Rodgers. So I'd love to hire him, and I would as a starting caliber. But I can't.
I
don't need him. And I figure some of those other guys aren't hiring him because of the kneeling thing.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really mean anything in a true evidentiary way, because he doesn't have personal knowledge of what those other teams are saying. He's relying on the fact that he has Aaron Rodgers. Other teams will go, well, this is this and that, and I'm putting my puzzle together this way.
Yeah.
And so we don't really need him as our starter.
Right. So it doesn't mean they all sat in a room together and
It doesn't mean that, although I think there has been. I definitely think there was something going on with this guy.
Well,
whether they did it via email or during a harumph personal meeting,
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think there was something going on.
they said several NFL stars are reportedly considering not playing until Kaepernick and Reed are signed by teams. How hilarious would that be? They're hoping to get 25% of players to sit out until Kaepernick and Reed are signed. Dude, how fucking that would be hilarious. I almost hope that happens. I just want to see how crazy that is. So the Bengals passed on Reed because of his activism, they say. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but
Who says? Because of who says? Garagos and Kaepernick, or who?
Well, they said
I want to say, like,
he had
I'm not doubting Garagos' case. I just want to see it all laid out and
Sure.
like without speculation, because it sounds to me like there's a lot being talked about by lawyers bloviating on different shows. Oh yeah, absolutely. They've said this and
Yeah.
they've said that. Well, what is really the case here? What do you have? What
Well-
are they saying in depositions, which they have personal knowledge of, not which isn't just speculation, conjecture?
Yeah. And you read supposedly said. I'm seeing that in quotes, so it's like, well, supposedly is a big word.
Yeah, and if he said it, and if there's some damning statement by people saying, yeah, you know what, I have personal knowledge that our team owner didn't want to hire this guy because of the kneeling, and he talked to Jerry Jones about it, and they agreed they wouldn't, bam, there's your case.
There's your collusion, yeah.
But you need somebody with knowledge of it. And,
Well, the Bengals brought Reed in for an interview as a safety, and they were prepared to hire him. And the owner, I guess, and the coach, Marvin Lewis,
he's still the coach
I-
there.
can you believe
Fucking
that?
A, that's
yeah,
10 years of Marvin Lewis.
at least. But yeah, Marvin Lewis and Brown, is it Mike Brown, the owner, were asking him, because Reed has gone on record and said, I'm not planning a protest for 2018. Look, whatever, in 17 with Kaepernick, I don't know what he's doing or anybody else, but I'm not planning that. So they asked him and pressed him about that. And he said, I'm not planning to do anything protesting-wise, but he would not promise that he would not give them a 100% guarantee that he wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, I can't swear on my life that I'm never going to take a knee again,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I might
Yeah.
be driven to take a knee again.
Exactly. And so that was enough for them to go, thank you, have a good day, and leave. And apparently he's got, Brown is instituting a policy of you stand for the anthem and blah, blah, blah in Cincinnati. And that was enough. I don't know if that matters. Can you do that as an owner of a team? Just go, I don't like your attitude on this thing, and I'm not hiring you.
As long as they're not colluding, I think you can.
Yeah.
I don't have the CBA in front of me, but I think that you can go, you know what, I'm just not cool with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not feeling it with this guy. I'm going to pass. And as long as you're not colluding, which
Yeah.
is definitely against the players' agreement, I think you can do that. Because I think every team has an explanation as to why they're passing, and it may not be as overt as that. But it goes to, whenever I talk about, like, people can be fired if they're at will, and this is not an at-will situation, but just take it out of context for a second. People can be fired for any reason. They don't realize that when they're at will. Like, the owner can come to work and go, yeah, your shirt just sucks. You're fired. And the person goes, whoa, that's bullshit. That's unfair. Must be because of my race or gender. Well, it doesn't. The bad thing about the owner doing that is it leaves it open for speculation, and it leaves it open for a lawyer to come in and go, well, that's just totally unreasonable that he would do it because of your shirt.
Yeah.
What's the real reason? It must be because of your gender or race or age. And so what you're doing by not being specific with an Eric Reed, going, look, man, we've got these draft picks invested in safeties and other DBs. We see our future here. We appreciate you coming in. We think you're a talent.
You're coming off this contract making $5.7 million a year. It just doesn't make sense on our books.
Yeah, we don't have the books for it. That's how you do it. If the less specifics you get, and then the more the lawyer has to play with in terms of what the real reason was.
Unless it's totally cool for an owner to go, you know what? I don't like the fact that he's taking a knee during the anthem. I don't respect that, and I don't want him on my team.
But that's what I'm saying. You can avoid the scrutiny just by making it a business decision.
Yeah, yeah. And you would think that would be easy for those guys. Like, they would be smart enough to know that. And when I think more about collusion of 32 owners, those 32 owners are all going to have very different opinions about this. Like,
I don't know that you need collusion amongst all 32, though. I think you just need collusion amongst
really
more than one. You know,
Okay.
that makes a colluder.
Nasty colluders.
I don't know that. Again, I guess I should have looked into what the rule actually is. But
Yeah. Not that it matters.
But what Garagos is going after is the fact that they've got together, and I don't doubt it, man.
Yeah.
I do not doubt it. Mr. Microphone ought to have been signed by now.
I want to see him signed to a team, and when he sucks balls, because dude, unless he's in the right
They'll
situation,
blame it on the year off or 2 years off that
I
he
know,
had. They'll
probably.
be like, oh, way to fuck this guy up in the head and physically he wasn't
Yeah.
ready. He was.
Yeah. You know, he's gotten slow after 2 years on the bench.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. Boy. Have you been following any of the the Hawaii and the lava monster? And
I mean, you know.
we talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. with
Yeah, you know,
Carmody.
E and I hit on it a little bit. What's new? I mean, the lava is still flowing. Is Hawaii still
They're
there?
expecting like
Is the Big Island still there, Mike?
it is, but they're at the highest alert level, and they warn people like hazardous eruption is imminent, underway, or suspected. Like, get out of here. And so people are like writing to the USGS, which is the U.S. Geological Survey, and they're like, so if I have like a really long stick, can I roast marshmallows
I did
above
see
the
this.
lava? Above the lava, and they're like, yeah, no, that's not a good idea to do that. And I'm thinking like,
It's the gases that are the problem,
yeah,
right?
Yes, they're like, yeah, it was not taste good with sulfurous
yeah.
mix and
Ask
they-
the people from Pompeii
yeah, there you
what
go.
they thought of the gases.
Yes, and they keep talking about plumes.
The good people of Pompeii.
and it makes me think of E. You know what I
Plume,
mean?
Every time you see the word plume.
Every single time I see the word plume, I'm flashed with big E in my face. Plumage, yeah. And so they've had to come out. And it's like, you know what? That is so human. That is such human behavior to go. So can I roast marshmallows on the lava or what?
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, I don't know that I wouldn't want to do that.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, dude, if it's coming up and it's right by your porch and you've got a stick and a bag of fluffy marshmallows
I'd
sitting
like
there.
to call them extreme morons, but I'm with you.
I mean, I'm thinking
Sounds
like
tempting.
hot dog on a stick. Maybe I don't know how you feel about where you land on the s'mores debate, but
You know where I fall. I think they're overrated as fuck. Do we need to get into this again? S'mores are fucking overrated,
all s'mores, like
in my opinion.
now, are you using proper like golden grams?
Look. Put your goddamn Reese's peanut butter cups on there. Do whatever you want. Still overrated. I don't want the dryness of a graham cracker, meddling with the deliciousness of chocolate.
Yeah. And where does marshmallow figure in that mix? Like, it seems like
Overrated. Overrated.
yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. But I have had some delicious s'mores from time to time. It's the gooiness and the drippage that I don't appreciate. Because that shit's hot when it hits your fingers. The marshmallow
None of
part.
it. None of it.
Really?
I'll take the Hershey's. I'll take a little piece of Hershey's off while the kids are making it, and I'll eat the Hershey's plain. That's it.
Yeah. You still let the kids do that though?
I'll bet you most listeners. I'm not going to go
Would
on
you go on
99%.
record and say 99%?
But I think most.
Yeah.
Okay?
Careful, Mr. Queeging it.
I think it's more likely than not that people do not like the traditional s'more. And like I said, put a Reese's peanut butter cup on there if you want. Make it non-traditional.
What is this Reese's peanut butter cup you're speaking of?
I'm willing to let you doctor it with a Reese's peanut butter cup
instead of chocolate?
instead of the Hershey's. Do that. Go ahead.
I've never
And then
tried that.
tell me you still love the s'more. I just think that most people would go, yeah, you know what? It's kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of dry. The graham cracker's pretty dry, and I just don't really love the combination. It's sort of like a BLT.
Oh, get out of here. BLT.
Overrated.
No. BLs are not overrated. Tomatoes can suck dicks. Tomatoes blow.
See, there you go. You're picking it apart. You
Yeah.
could do the same thing with the s'more.
Well-
Throw a marshmallow on a piece of chocolate. Sure, pretty delicious. But
Boy, you're really making me think today, Jay.
that's why I'm here, Mike. That's why I'm
I
here.
understand that, and I appreciate it. I must admit, I was not much of a s'mores child. Like, that was not something that my parents, like, on the weekends, we'd kick up the fire and be s'mores in it. So it was a very rare experience. The
Yeah.
s'more was to me personally.
Well, think about your s'mores experience, the ones that you've had since childhood. Were
Yeah.
they really that outrageously great?
Well,
Were they really?
I don't know.
Or was it that beer in your hand?
I was gonna say it's usually around a
Yeah.
campfire. You're not at a campfire by yourself.
Was it the fellowship of friends and family?
You know, acoustic guitars screaming
There you
as we're
go.
drinking
Yeah.
beers and joints are going around the
A lot
horn.
of variables here.
Yeah.
Now let's boil it down to the s'more itself, the allegedly delectable dessert.
Yeah.
I dare you to come in here tomorrow after having one and tell me that it's that great.
I'm wondering what the audience, because you made it. You were
More
about to make.
likely than not. No, I'm going 51%. 51% of
that's
our
kind of a
listeners.
pussy out. I think you should do 60-40 or nothing.
Okay, 60-40.
Okay.
60-40 do not like s'mores.
So 60%.
If they're being honest.
If they're being honest, don't like s'mores. Not that they hate them. They don't. They just don't like them.
They dislike them.
They
They think they're not
Boy, oh
all
boy.
that. They think they're overrated.
I don't like 'em.
Overrated.
I don't really care for them.
Really?
Well, we've got 66% of our room here.
The mess they make.
I understand.
Putting them on the freaking.
Let's assume you don't have to clean up. Let's assume
Someone
someone's
just hands
making,
me a s'more.
Someone's just handing you a delicious s'mores.
Guess
I
you
don't like
take a
chocolate.
bite.
For one, I don't like chocolate that much in general. I don't think marshmallows. I think marshmallows are. I don't know what they are.
Go ahead and
Honestly,
say
I
it.
think
E.
they're stupid.
Overrated. Overrated.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan. I'm actually not a fan of any three of the products that make a s'more.
So why, when you mix them together, are they that great?
You know what? You know what?
Let's be honest with ourselves, gentlemen.
All you're saying is they're overrated. You don't want them banned.
Right,
You don't want them
right.
made illegal.
No.
You're not trying to de-s'mores the
I'm
country.
not going to get crazy here.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you that as far as a tasty treat goes, if you're going to take unwanted calories into your system, the s'mores is not the ideal.
Yeah. I mean, have a piece of chocolate, you know? Grab a little.
I'll just buy a pack of
snap it up.
Reese's on the way home and I'm fine. That's good enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to sit by the fucking fire and have this. And then, you know what? You said take the thing out of it. You can't take it out of it to me. You can't take the messiness out of it and the making it out of it to me. Because that's supposed to be part of the
fucking
part of the
wreck.
process,
You bite
yeah.
into the goddamn cracker, and
And
the
then
thing
the rest
goes everywhere.
explodes.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. I know.
It's built to explode on the
You know
first
what's
bite.
you know what's overrated?
It's fucking bullshit.
You know what's also fucking overrated?
Yeah,
Not ice
and
cream.
let's give this to a 3-year-old. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
God, man.
And once that marshmallow dries, good luck getting that off the 3-year-old's cheek.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
You know what's also overrated? Freaking ice cream cones, dude. Get it in a freaking bowl.
Well,
Sitting here
hold
licking.
on, hold
Cone?
on.
You talking sugar cone?
Yes.
Straight sugar cone?
Licking those things.
You're not talking
No,
waffle cone?
If it's hot out, man.
talking
If
sugar
it's
cone?
even remotely hot
You
out.
telling me sugar cone ain't good? Dude,
In a bowl?
I disagree with you, Isis.
I
Wow.
do too. Strongly disagree. I've seen Bowl Guy. I fucking hate Bowl Guy.
don't
Oh,
do
you
the
mean
little
why?
thing?
Because my freaking hands aren't sticky as fuck, and I'm not having to finish this thing.
Oh, you mean
in
because I'm not 4 and can eat an ice cream cone
You
without
can't manage an ice cream cone.
He can't. Dude,
You son of a bitch.
you're drippy hand ice cream guy.
Dude, a bowl is so
You're
much
like
better.
48 years
That's
old.
So
it.
much
no,
fucking
that's
better.
it. He can't manage a cone.
Dude.
I've seen
What, I
this
gotta
with
sit
all
here
my
and
kids.
fucking
All my kids.
lick it around,
At one point,
and you
yeah,
gotta hold it.
yes,
It's a pain to
yes,
hold.
yes.
You can't
Yes.
set it down.
Yes.
A fucking bowl you can fucking set down at any point if you want.
Dude, I'll grant you, it takes a good 10, 12 years of practice before you officially have mastered. You know,
If you're going
in
ice
any
cream-
heat,
You know what? Ice cream
in
cones
any
are
heat,
stupid.
ice cream cones
Bowls are
stupid.
better and
Well put, E. Well put, counselor.
Delicious, sugary cones that hold a ball of ice cream is stupid?
The bowl
the
is
direct opposite,
The bowl
sir.
is so much better.
Dude, I'm not even gonna get it. Are you one of those homos that gets the bowl and then has the cone sticking out of the top of it? Have you seen that?
No.
So you just don't like the cone, period.
I don't. You can't set them down. You have to sit there and do the fucking lick around it. If it's warm at all, now your hands getting fucking.
You can't manage a cone.
Can't manage a
You
cone,
can't manage a
dude.
can.
He's taking it out of the
You
cone.
can't do it.
It's not the cone's fault, dude.
Do you
easy.
realize what you just walked me into? A recollection of a clown cone. Do you remember the clown
Dude,
cone?
When I said the thing, I remember the
clown
thought. The
cone.
thought that popped in my head was the clown
The
cone.
Baskin Robbins clown cone.
Did it have cherry
Holy
eyes
shit,
or some
dude.
whipped cream hair or something?
It had like icing that made the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and it
Yeah.
was the ice cream sitting there on a cookie, I think, a cookie base, and
Yeah.
then you had the cone, the sugar cone as the hat. It was just
Yeah.
delectable.
It was delicious, but a bit much.
It is a bit much.
It was a bit much. What about what are the other
presentation.
cones now? We've
Dude,
got
I
the
don't
waffle.
I don't like those goddamn cup things. You know, just those cheap Joy cups that you buy like
Oh my
12 to
God.
I'd rather go bowl if
Yeah.
we're doing that.
But what's the other one you got?
Oh, sure, waffle cone, yeah.
Waffle cone, but that came later. What were the two standards? You had the
Yeah, I think the
one
one
with
I'm
the
referring
flat
to,
bottom?
yeah, the flat bottom. It's like a whiter cone.
Yeah.
I think they just call it like Joy Cup is one brand at
that's
least.
a brand. That's like
Yeah.
Xerox. But
yeah, I don't know.
but they call that something like a sugar. There's sugar cone, and then there's
I don't know.
It's more like a communion wafer. Honestly,
Yes.
you know, it tastes
Yes.
more like that. Sort of
So-
melts in your mouth a little bit.
absolutely.
Yeah, 20 cake cups.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
that's
kinda
it.
generic,
That's,
right.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's the
cone.
one. Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
Boy, oh boy.
Do I dare say that inspired the waffle cone?
Yeah, the pattern. You could
Look at
say
the
that.
look at the handle. Is the handle there for grip? I don't think so.
It's there to.
I think it's there to inspire the waffle cone.
Do you think
which,
so?
as you said, came later and is delicious.
There's no reason for the narrowing of that, right? It's just a way to put less ice cream in there.
Yeah.
It's a profit
that's
margin.
That's
thing.
it right there.
Yeah,
you
this
know?
cone, by the way, this cone is absolute bullshit.
I'm with you, Ian.
Because
I'm
all
with
it is an ice cream, one scoop. Mike's right. That bottom thing
Yep.
doesn't have any ice cream in it.
It's a goddamn ice cream holder.
Yeah.
And you're not packing that
No.
like you would a sugar cone. And the sugar cone, you can bite the little point off. And
Oh,
then
the
you-
point. And
Oh.
except, I will say this: there is one flaw, and I just saying that there's one flaw to the sugar cone. I think you can pick up on what it is.
Is it too crunchy? Does it break
No.
apart when you?
It's when, for some unknown, godforsaken reason, it decides to burrow a hole in the bottom and then start dripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
And I don't want to say that I don't know how to manage a cone, because I do.
Yeah, but you
I-
can't help what's going on inside the cone.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
Dude, it's not my
Well,
fault.
it's the cone's fault, and that doesn't happen with a bowl. So
All I know
He's
is
never got a bowl with a hole in it.
I know how to manage. My job is to manage the top.
Yeah.
The top.
why would I want
bulbous
that
ice cream.
responsibility? That's too much work. I'm paying for ice cream. I just want the ice cream.
Is there a second objection?
See,
to
you're
the sugar
adding
cone?
a fucking think about that. You're saying
Yeah,
manage
we're-
it. You're adding more
A layer
responsibility
of
on that.
responsibility. I recognize that, but you're getting the deliciousness. We're essentially eating our bowl, E. And it's delicious when you mix it with the ice cream. It
Yeah.
really is. To have that crunch.
I
It's-
know,
it's-
I
in
know.
You're not
my
supposed to
opinion.
have your bowl and eat it too, though.
IMO. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Now here's the other potential downfall of the sugar cone,
IMO.
and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
It's where they have the paper stuck to it. You know, it like comes with the paper,
Oh,
and then
you
you get
son of
rid
a
of that,
bitch.
and
Yes.
there's a little bit of the glue/paper left.
Yes, yes. What did you think?
Talking myself out of the sugar cone.
Again, doesn't happen with the bowl.
I agree with you. E.
What did you guys think of the advent of, and they tried to tackle the issue of the hole in the bottom of the sugar cone that would drip when they put chocolate in there?
Oh, I'm not aware of this.
Oh, dude, there's an inch thick of chocolate.
What?
Yeah. I gotta tell you though, that's overrated as
much?
shit too.
Is it too
Yeah,
much?
it is, because I get to the bottom and I want that last bite where you're getting that
Yeah,
that
no.
melted ice cream and sugar cone, and it's like, oh, I just got a ball of chocolate out
Yeah.
of
Huh.
nowheresville.
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting though. That's a fix.
It
Fix
works.
that ends up not working
Yeah.
overall though.
Yeah, in IMO. That's all I'm saying. Just IMO. Did you see? Are you a fan of Weezer?
Yeah, I think they're one of those underrated bands. Honestly,
I
I think you'd be surprised if you pulled up their catalog.
Yeah.
And their talent level, I think you'd be surprised at.
super talented. Responsible for one of the greatest lyrics in lyrical writing in my IMO.
What is that like?
What's with these homies dissing my girl? Why do they got a front? From these two nerds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's with these homies dissing my girl?
Yeah.
Like, that's a great opening lyric to the Buddy Holly song.
This is pretty good.
Well, there is a fan of Weezer known as Weezer Africa. It turns out
Oh
this is
yeah, he
dude,
talked him into doing Africa.
Dude, this is a 14-year-old girl online with a Twitter handle, Weezer Africa, who is just like needling these guys like, yeah, why don't you cover Weezer? Or why don't you cover Africa by
Yeah,
Toto?
yeah.
And so they end up, like a month or two ago, spitting out Rosanna,
Yeah.
which is also off that Toto album.
Toto 4.
Toto 4. Great album. I mean, Rosanna.
Written about Roseanne
oh,
Arquette.
There you go. Yeah. All I want to do when I wake up in the morning is see your eyes, Rosanna, Rosanna. Oh, I love Toto. I had no idea what a huge Toto fan I was. That's on the same album as Africa.
Oh, you're a total Toto fan.
Yeah.
I have that album. Vinyl.
I had it on vinyl as well, red with a gold
Yeah.
something on it.
Yeah, there's like a sword going through rings or something.
That's what I recall. I wasn't going to...
Sort of medieval looking.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, Weezer drops yesterday, Africa, And it's
Boy,
like
we're all empowered, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, this 14-year-old girl
Dude.
talks to me. See, I've been on Massey forever to do U2 in a little while. He won't do it. He won't budge.
why
I
will
needle him like a 14-year-old.
Dude, I've seen you do it for
I
4 years.
needled him like a 14-year-old girl. He won't budge.
What is his problem?
I don't know.
Dude, he did.
He's obstinate.
You know,
That's the only explanation. He's obstinate.
well,
Mike Massey, you're obstinate.
I was
I said
texting
it.
with Mike Massey over the weekend, and I wanted him to do something for me. I wanted him to play a song, you know, and
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, and I swear to God,
He's not like a circus monkey, man.
dude, I go. We were talking about Zach, who had passed away, you know, that
Yep.
does our intro stuff, and I'm like, yeah, man, it'd be really cool if a couple of you musician guys I know would cover one of these songs. And you know, nice thing for his family or something. And I said,
yeah, I don't think so.
I said, if I sent you the album, you know, could you just listen to it and see if there's something in there maybe you that would grab you and you could pop out, you know, something. And he goes, yeah, man, really busy, probably wouldn't be able to do that, but I'd love to give it a listen. And I went, no, you son of a bitch, no, you didn't hear me. You covered When the Children Cry by fucking White Lion for me.
Yeah.
You can cover one of these tunes too. And he had to give me a thumbs up and smiley face. So if you get aggressive with him, I think you've just been too passive.
Yeah, I haven't gotten very aggressive.
Because you needle, but passively.
I suggest I needle, yeah.
I'd like to hear, boys,
Yeah.
Mister,
Boy,
sure would
you
be
were
swell.
you were born to play this. This song was written for you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of kissing his ass.
Yeah.
You just go hard. Maybe I play the power game.
Dude.
Hey, Massey!
When have
in
you
a little
not?
while by you too, you son of a bitch.
And if you ever want to appear on this fucking show again and do a sold-out show in Detroit, you will cover this U2 song.
God damn
Mike
you to hell.
Massey. Huh? How's that sound? I guarantee he spits out that U2 song in a day.
Okay.
In a day.
I'll try it.
Boy, by the way, he put out two. Maybe you can find it. He's like, this dude, this guy's unbelievable. He writes me, he's like, oh, so I did this new song, and
See what you think.
You know, it's not released
Not
in the
my
public.
best. but, yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that's just like the greatest thing I've ever heard. That's cool, Mr. Massey. Let me see what it was. Sorry, I didn't mean to go down this
Oh, Mike.
road. I know. It'll be worth
How
it.
long ago was it?
Nights in White Satin.
Nights in my sun.
And I tell you, he's playing. Who's the bass player?
Dude, he did. I just died in your arms tonight. Cutting crew.
Yes, he sent that one to me.
Must have been something.
He's, you know, Sterling Cotham, who he plays
Yes.
with. Go ahead and pull that over. Sterling Cotham is playing bass on this thing.
Yeah.
And doing the harmonies. And I absolutely had tears in my eyes at how these vocals. I didn't even realize I was a fan of Nights in White Satin. And the bass line.
White satin,
So what do you guys think? Is it
never
is it decent?
reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send.
You can picture that. And I love
Beauty
you.
I'd always miss.
That's a great
These
bass line.
eyes
Isn't it awesome?
just what the truth is.
We need the hook. We gotta wait for the hook.
Sterling.
Can't stay
It's about Sterling.
anymore, 'cause I love you.
Go get it, boys. Go get it.
Yes, I love you. Oh, how I love you.
Thank you, sir. I needed that
Gazing
today.
at people, some hand in hand.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
Just
You know what?
fuck.
They did recently, those two, they did Wake Up Little Susie, which I'm not typically a song of that era of music.
Yeah.
But they fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Just go to Mike Massey playlist and you'll be entertained for hours.
Yeah, you can. That will send you down the hole, though.
Yeah.
I mean, don't expect to be doing anything for the next 12, 14 hours. Because once you start going down there, the tears start flowing, and then it's
What?
just,
Yeah,
it's,
you cry at the
dude. The first time I heard them do Africa, I swear to
You
God,
wept. He wept.
I didn't. It wasn't weeping. Weeping's not the word. Solo tear. Can I get a solo trickle down the cheek? Is that acceptable? Is that not manly enough?
No, I just don't. That's not like the emotion I feel when I hear Mike Massey do Africa. Mine is more like, fuck yeah, holy shit.
Mine is
wow.
goosebumps. See, music reaches me in an inner level, and I can just sit there and just be like, It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's just beautiful. When he's at the
I
end,
can't make fun of you. Oh, I thought you were gonna say me. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no.
I can't make fun of you, dude. You're talking about a guy who a few times a year will sit up till 3 or 4 in the morning drinking and listening to country music.
Do you
So,
cry during this?
I get emotional as shit.
have
for
you
sure.
have you
I don't know
wept
if
or
I've
sobbed?
I don't know if I.
Maybe I should
know what?
try this. What do
I have.
What place
You know what?
do I need to go to? With this said, I'm the only one out of the three.
I
of
have.
us
You know what? I
who's
have
cried
cried
on air.
sat
Yeah.
there and listened.
on command. So, don't think I can't fake it.
Yeah, but
what do I do? It has to be late at
It's-
night. I have to be alone.
No.
Lonely? What am I? What,
You know what? Okay,
Describe for me the
for
thought
starters.
process.
First thing you're doing wrong that kills me
Okay.
is you can take a beautiful session
Yeah.
like what we're watching there, Nights in White Satin,
beautiful. I would agree
and
with
you can take that and play it on your fucking laptop speakers without headphones plugged into it, and you've taken. It's like Mike Massey would break that over his knee
Yeah,
if he
it's
saw
not-
how you were listening
It's
to
not
it.
a good speaker, is it?
No,
Yeah.
it's a horrible
It's not
speaker.
quality.
No, and you're never gonna. You think
I'm
you're
never going to get a tear out of that.
well works are gonna you're gonna work up some tears from that bullshit.
No waterworks.
No, yeah, thank you. Well work. But if you were throwing some proper cans and you've got some professionals, they say mine on top of them. They're
Those
obviously
are mine.
yours.
Those are mine.
Yeah.
M-I-N-E, mine.
You could plug those in there and then crank that son of a bitch.
And then what?
And then when those
I think
harmonies
of
start,
Dead puppies.
I
What
don't
do
think you're
of?
gonna. No, you're Mike.
It's an
Mike
emotion.
Mike's
It's a-
wrong. I understand, but you're wrong about. He's not gonna sit down here. You do have to be in a setting.
the-
You have to be in a setting
yeah.
where you've sat down
Like, what
to
are you
listen to
like
music.
a recliner?
Okay,
Or
okay.
What am I doing?
What a great point. You made a great point. It's not about how late of the night it is,
Okay.
but you cannot run the risk of someone walking in and seeing
While
you
I'm crying- while I'm weeping.
It's sobbing.
Okay,
right?
so-
the
Dude,
idea
I'm in a
that
household of 5.
Tiny girl
could walk in at any time.
and you're crying watching Nights in
Yeah.
White Satin, you look like a terrible father. Terrible. But when I'm alone by myself and I'm
You can openly
headphoned,
weep.
I wept.
Wow.
And
you have the freedom to weep here.
And I've just sit there and just go. I'm just so amazed at the talent.
Yeah.
I'm like the talent I wish
But
to God I had.
Yeah, no,
that I don't.
I recognize that too, but I don't weep. So what am
Yeah.
I missing?
I don't know. There's definitely country songs that have
Yeah.
made. I mean, and I don't. It just is what it is. Sometimes I mean,
So
granted, I'm
it's the
drinking a
words.
little
You're thinking
bit.
about the words in
Yes,
the song. Like,
there's
what about
sometimes.
Nights in
Jamie
White
Johnson
Satin?
has this.
Makes
this
you cry.
this-
I mean, that's so random.
See-
Nights wearing white satin.
No, that one wouldn't make me cry. But,
Nights, but it did.
but
you wept.
Sterling Cotham's.
Yeah.
do-do-do-do-do-do,
It's very impressive.
And it's
Very
like,
talented.
And then Massey comes up on top of that, and it's like we're gonna outscream each other with perfect pitch,
And that makes you cry.
and it's like, oh,
There's this.
mastery. It's mastery. It's masterful, and I appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it to the point that I'm not too manly to admit that a tear or two has dropped onto
Good-
my
and
counter.
good for you. I'm not criticizing you. I'm just trying to recognize like where you are, what place you're in, where tears come, and not just like, wow, fuck, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, if you can lock yourself into a room with some proper headphones and a couple hours time to clear your head
Do I
and
need
really get into
alcohol?
it,
Do I need to
that helps too.
apply myself?
Yes, that doesn't
doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that definitely will
Start
help.
thinking
the
about my
situation.
mom or something,
you
like, oh, my mom used to hit me with a wooden spoon.
Do you want to hear a
And
second
there's
of?
Sterling Cotham going, I might just weep.
You want to hear Weezer try to do?
Oh
Toto?
yeah, back to the wheeze, absolutely.
Just a second of it. Go ahead. Ease this. Do we really want to fast forward to the end when you're getting those harmonies going?
I think that's the money shot, right?
I mean, it is. I mean, Kilimanjaro part is really good.
Nice. Choose your octave.
There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I'll bless the rains down in
Dude, I like that guitar ripping under there. That's nice. That's nice.
I think I got it that time. Did you hear it?
Yeah, you're close.
closer.
Right there. Keep working on
Is that the Andy or?
I mean, you're at 1:30 and
I hear
4
the wild
minutes.
dogs.
cry out in the night as they grow restless, longing for some solitary company.
Solitary Company. Wow.
It's deep.
That is deep.
That I must do what's right. Sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti.
Go to the very end so we can just hear the harmonies. Let's see how they do it.
How far did he get here?
Keep
Dude,
going
I'm
forward.
loving that guitar, man.
I know. Doesn't sound like Weezer. Like, I would not have pegged this as Weezer, though.
See what they can do with it. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, boys.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, but I'm going to call it a fail. I'm going to call it a fail.
Trying.
That was just falsetto, though.
I know.
All that was just falsetto. That wasn't a real octave, man.
Are they using the killer guitar riff there to
I think they're
distract
covering
a
up.
bit?
I think
Just
they're
a
changing the
bit?
subject.
Wow.
They're changing the subject, dude. They
Okay.
went falsetto for a moment, which anybody can do.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that Mike Massey is better than Weezer?
Dude, you put a ripping guitar under Massey, though? That'd be fun to hear.
Yeah.
Can we arrange Massey and Weezer to come together?
Now, that's something I'd like to see. Weezer is coming to town, I believe.
Yeah,
Aren't
they are
coming
in
to
July.
DTE?
Yeah, DTE.
Yeah. God, I'd like to see them.
I know.
I've never seen
Dude,
Weezer live.
It's on my calendar.
Yeah, really. If you seriously think about getting tickets, let me know, because I might want to join you for that one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Should we take a quick break? We've gone
If you want.
long here. I just wanted to get another water. I was hot as balls for a second. It's finally cooled down in here. We've got another TV evangelist.
We've talked about these guys before.
I love these stories so
Their
much.
need for G6s.
Yeah, no,
It
his
just astounds me.
his is he just needs a Dassault Falcon 7X
Yeah.
private jet.
It's only
for the Lord.
For the Lord, 54 million.
What?
Come on, y'all. You can support this.
Jesus would not be traveling on a donkey if he were
I
here
truly
today.
believe that. I truly do.
The vision he's putting in my head
Dude,
of
the whole
Jesus
point of
being
Jesus,
in a Gulf Stream is
that says everything you need to know about this guy. The notion that Jesus was on a donkey is because he humbled himself.
Yeah.
Jesus was humbling himself.
He could afford a jet.
Not coming to town on a stallion. You know,
Yeah.
not coming through town with an army. No, he came on a donkey and he washed his followers'
Gross.
feet.
Plus, I think it's a bad example in any way. Like, I mean, I'm not an expert on Christianity, but if Jesus is back here, he's not going around on a donkey. That's the second coming, right? Like,
He's probably driving like a Malibu with a Huey Lewis
but like the
sticker on
world
the
is
back.
no, but that's like heaven and hell or shit. Like, he's not coming back
Dude,
to drive
I
around.
what you mean.
I do not want to see the Son of God like broken down on the side of the road. You know what I mean? Like, dude.
But that's what he
at
was like.
least
He was
put
on
him
a
in an-
donkey. He was on an ass.
Well, I know, but no. I at least I think he's on a motorcycle then or something. I could see him on a hog, right?
Yeah,
one
one of those
headlight
old
just
ones, though.
screaming.
You know, an old Kawasaki
Yeah.
or something.
No, he's gonna be on a Harley, dude. Kawasaki? What?
I don't know. Like a Suzuki
He's on a
550.
dirt bike cruising on the freeway with knobby wheels?
I don't know.
No, dude. He's not hitting the dirt track on the weekend.
Well,
He's on a Harley, dude, and he's got a helmet on. He's just taking it all in. He's just screaming
with
down
those
the freeway.
flowing locks and beard, you're
Dude.
going to put a helmet on that?
Yeah, he
No,
looked-
you're not putting a helmet on the Son of Man.
Dude, you can't risk him. Well, he knows what he's doing. Anyways, we'll play a little bit of the audio from this when we come back. Let's just take a quick time out.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroitcast with Mike and Jay. Going into the break, we were talking about Louisiana TV evangelist. It was Jesse Duplantis. This guy sounds like a real piece of work.
Yeah.
This will be his 4th private jet if he gets it. All paid in cash, all by donations received from his flock, congregation, whatever they call it. These people are just the worst. This gives the worst name to religion of anything is these fucking people.
Like, the biggest obstacle, I think, culturally to, say, Christianity is that, these guys are snake oil salesmen. You know, they're just looking to get that tithe from you, and then they're going to use it for whatever they... Look at him living in a mansion and all that. They're just a charlatan. He's
10% tithe that they're looking for?
Yeah. And so then you have a guy... So the failure to read the room and to understand what culture... How culture views you anyway, and then kind of, like, adapt to that and go, look, I realize how this looks, but, and come at it a different way.
Yeah.
Because, obviously I'm Christian. I think that the Christian church does great things all over the world.
Sure.
But you have guys like this that are... Wow, you do wonder, man. I mean, I hate to judge the dude and his flock and what he's really after, but God, man, you're asking for $54 million for a private jet so that you don't have to stop and refuel.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, everything about that stinks.
Yes, it does.
It stinks, and the sad thing is, these are snake oil salesmen, guys like this, because they don't give a shit. It's obvious a guy like this does not give a shit. He knows he's got the numbers. He's got enough people that buy whatever he's selling.
It's hard for me to disagree. I don't
mean?
know what's in the man's heart, but dude, given what he's doing, sitting here making a fucking video asking for $54 million so he can get a new private jet. His third one wasn't good enough. That's crazy.
It's insane. And I'm sorry that because they like to act like, he's not the only one. There's a lot of these evangelists that act like they're having private meetings with God, and it just comes off to me as such horseshit.
What are you, Joy Behar?
Right, I know. I didn't say it's a mental illness, but I think it's a lie. I don't think God is coming to this asswipe in Louisiana and going, all you got to do is believe, and we're going to get you that Dassault Falcon 7X that you need. I just don't think that God works like that.
Yeah, it's hard to believe,
I don't think God thinks, you know what? The greatest 21st century business jet on the planet, this guy needs one.
That guy.
He just needs one just for the Lord. For the Lord. So, hey, Dickface, guess what? We have YouTube now. That's how you can get around the world.
Yeah.
And you know what? Save your $54 million and put it in your community.
Wouldn't that be something?
There are ways. You're doing it right now, dickhead. We're watching you on YouTube. You can reach anywhere on the planet, basically. You don't need a Dassault Falcon 7X for the Lord.
It's nothing like a one-on-one meeting with Jesse Duplantis.
Who was the other guy? Copeland, Kenneth Copeland.
Yes, those two had famously. We played this a couple times over the years.
It's the greatest video ever.
They have this back and forth about how they can't fly commercial. The demons on there. I gotta bow and pray and get the demons out of my way.
He told them he was. Flying commercial, Kenneth Copeland, flying in commercial planes is like getting in a long tube with a bunch of demons. And it's like, well...
And they're all nodding and agreeing.
Absolutely. It sure is. You can just feel the devil's presence as soon as you step on board that gross thing. And it's like, dude...
Read the room, man.
Where else should you be? That sounds like the place you need to be then, sir. You're the guy one-on-one-ing with Jesus all day.
Jesus rode in a donkey amongst the demons, didn't he?
He wouldn't be today. He'd be in a Lamborghini for sure. For sure he would. He's going to get there faster in a Lamborghini. He's going to reach more people in a Lamborghini than he is in a donkey. It just makes sense. And so, yeah, let's play a little bit of it. I can't get enough of these guys. I just can't.
So out of touch, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into This Week with Jesse. We're going to be talking about aircraft. I've owned 3 different jets in my life. And I
You've
use
owned
them
them,
and
yeah.
just burning them up for the Lord Jesus Christ. Now, some people
for the Lord
believe
Jesus
that
Christ.
preachers shouldn't have jets. I really believe that preachers ought to have and go on every available voice, every available outlet to get this gospel preached.
It's hard to argue with.
Now, I talk about
It's hard to argue.
Got to get the word out there.
See this if we can, Caleb. Get it back. This is the very first plane that I purchased
You're
for
so
the
right
Lord
about YouTube.
back in December 1994.
Dude, you are aware
I
of
said where I
YouTube.
began.
Yeah.
And then the second
Could
one
you
I
imagine how
purchased
refreshing it would be? It was like, you know what? On second thought, there's YouTube. I don't need a private jet anymore. Anytime someone tells me, oh yeah, we got a business meeting going on in Vegas. I got to go to Vegas for a business meeting for
It's not a
like,
boondoggle. No.
oh yeah, we got to meet the team in Vegas for a business meeting.
It's well to me. Why does he have them framed in the hall
For
of photos
Jesus.
of
For
the
the-
Jets?
for the Lord.
I mean, pictures, frame photos of the Jets in the hallway. Why?
He's
Why?
a super materialistic dude. Man,
Yeah.
that is curious, isn't it?
Because I have
look at
my
this.
own fuel farm, and that's what's a blessing of the Lord. But this one
Blessing
here,
of the
I
Lord,
have
he's got his own fuel
and then
farm.
You pay those exorbitant prices for
It is
jet
my
fuel
God.
all over
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
The
We've asked
delays,
the Lord
the delays.
Jesus Christ, and we believe in God. In fact, he told me, Jesse,
TSA.
it was
Listen.
one of the greatest statements the Lord ever told me. He said, Jesse, you want to come up where I'm at? And I said, what do you mean? He said that before you ask, I'll answer. Isaiah 65:24.
Sure.
I said, yes, Lord. He said, I want you to believe me for a Falcon 7X. So I said, okay. But the first thing I thought,
sir.
I'm going to pay for it.
For a
And that
Falcon
great statement
7X.
that he told me in 1978 flooded into my mind and said, Jesse, I didn't ask you to pay for it. I asked you to believe for it. Now think about
Believe
that
for
for a
it.
minute. I
Let
like
them
people
pay for it.
To know exactly what I'm doing in this ministry. We don't hide nothing whatsoever at all.
No, we're right out in the
You're
open with our
blessed man.
scammery.
You're looking at a blessed man. And we never ask you
flat
to
out
give
asking
something
to
we
buy me a
can't
jet.
give
Yep.
ourselves. We-
Flat out, we should.
Flat out asking.
Dude, should we try this? Should we see if this
Shameless.
works?
Just be shameless.
Go like, you know what the Detroit cast needs? We need a private jet so we can reach people. We got listeners all over
God.
this great planet. And it would be very nice to not just do a remote broadcast or go to the Hamlin
Actually
pub.
meet with each one and hold their hands and look into their eyes.
You know what? For the Lord, there are people in Afghanistan that listen to this show. And how nice would it be, Jay, if we could hop on a Dassault Falcon 7X and in one stop shop, we can get right to those
we could
those
meet
great
them
men.
one by one, hold their hands, look into their eyes, and bring them the daily news.
That's right. And thank
Did you
them.
hear what Roseanne did? Did you hear it?
Sit down in a small room with a bunch of Marines halfway across the planet. Let them know how much we appreciate their listening.
Dude,
And
at worst, this guy is a thief and a liar. At best, he is completely out of touch. Completely out
I
of
go with the
touch.
first one. I'm going with the first one.
I mean, and it's really one or the other,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No in between there?
No, there's no in between, and I can't help but think that they don't give a shit because of how obviously out of touch it is. Like, you have to know that. Like, he even addressed it. There's some people out there that don't believe preachers should be on private jets, and yet they've come up with some bullshit excuse as to
Yeah.
why they should. And it's like, dude, you know, I don't pretend to know a lot about Jesus. I know he came in hot to Jerusalem that one time.
You love that story.
Yeah, it's one of my
Tipping
favorites.
over tables.
Yeah,
in the
flipping.
temple,
Yeah, he came
Can't
in
sell stuff
red
in the-
hot.
Don't you sell trinkets in the temple?
Yeah, knock it off, dude. No one wants fridge magnets in my fucking house. As if.
All sorts of airbrush T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah,
It was gaudy.
It was gaudy,
gauche.
tacky.
It was gauche.
It was, and he recognized it, and he sent a message. He came in screaming hot and sent a message.
That was
I
right
love that
after the
about him.
donkey ride.
Yeah, but when
Isn't
I
it a
think
different story if he rolls up in a Lambo?
in a Lambo with Jesus 1 as a license plate,
Wearing all
You know?
Supreme gear. He's a hype beast in Supreme gear. No, that's not how Jesus rolls.
dude, I think of Jesus as the story of Jesus is so great because it recognizes all of man's flaws and doesn't judge. That's the best part of it's like there's no judgment. He's going to wash whores' feet. He's
Yes.
going to hang out with prostitutes instead of
the
the
whole
fucking
point.
rich. That's the whole game.
Yes.
And it's like for you to somehow spin that into a $54 million jet for the Lord. Wouldn't be on a donkey. He wouldn't be riding an ass today. Come on. Just believe. Just believe.
Mike, there's whores down in El Salvador that don't know Jesus' blessings.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
need him to roll in on his fucking Falcon and tell him about it. It's just, man.
Jesus would hang out and wash the horse feet. This guy would bang them. You know, that's the difference.
It's
You know what I
cringy.
mean?
It's so cringy.
It is.
Hey, drink Hamlin, everybody. Hamlin Pubs, they're inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin's Pub. Hamlin Pubs is great food, their drinks, and their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, their Clarkston, their Chesterfield, and their 2 Shelby Township locations. Go to Hamlin Pubs.
Please. Is Frances Bean one of the worst names ever?
Boy, it's memorable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course, you're talking about Cobain's daughter.
Yeah, unless her middle name's Flicker. I think I've used that before. Flicker Bean.
Probably went over the same as it is right now. Like,
Yeah, like kind of falls flat. I keep forgetting I'm not in
Low-hanging
a
fruit.
Dave and Chuck room, and I'm just never
It's
gonna
got to
get.
be better than that, Mike.
Yeah.
It's got to be better.
You guys expect more. Let me try one more time.
I literally got lost in your attempt at a joke. I just was sitting over here staring.
Yeah.
You jumped on Facebook in the middle of that.
But
whole thing.
see how it would work if, like, the confidence I could gain if it was like, Frances Bean, is that the worst name ever, guys? I mean, unless her middle name's Flicka.
You want me to do this?
Wordplay!
I got to tell you guys, that time around felt much better for me.
Yeah.
It really did.
How am I doing?
Yeah, it made me feel good.
Mike,
How am I doing so far? How's the show going
It
so far?
probably sent a pretty good signal to the listeners, too, that was a point where they should laugh.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I laugh when I watch Friends and Seinfeld. That's the only. I wouldn't even know.
Without a laugh track cue, you wouldn't know.
Right.
Cute.
Right. When I watch TV now, I just stare. I'm just like, is that funny? I don't know.
Well, Frances Bean, of course, the
She's all
daughter.
grown up now, right?
Yeah, she is.
She hot? What is she?
Well, there's a picture of her. You can see her there with her mom.
Let's see.
She
Courtney
looks like
Love.
She
bang
looks like
her.
Courtney, and well, you'd bang anything.
Yeah,
Not
she
necessarily.
looks like a good mix of the two.
Yeah, doesn't she?
Yeah.
You know that's Kurt. You go, yeah, that's Kurt Cobain's
Good-looking
daughter.
girl, yeah.
Yeah,
Better looking than her mom. Her mom's pretty gross in a lot of ways, you know?
yeah, but give her time. Give her time to catch up. Boy, she looks like a totally different person there.
Yeah, that's not the best picture of her.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but those eyes are nice. I do like those blue eyes. Yeah, I'd hit that too. Anyway, she's got an ex-husband, Isaiah Silva. He was a musician. A lot of people thought he was trying to be like Kurt Cobain, and they're like, "Stop it, poser! Stop it, poser! You're not Kurt Cobain." Well, he is now suing Courtney Love, claiming she broke into his home, beat him up, kidnapped him, and tried to murder him, so they could get back Kurt's legendary guitar, one of his guitars, and the I guess in the divorce settlement, depends who you ask in this. Whether
His
it's,
mother-in-law broke in his house and beat him up.
Well-
that's what he's alleging.
well,
his
I think-
mother-in-law.
no, he's alleging his mother-in-law sicked
Hired someone.
a
Gotcha.
team of guys to go after him, and they wanted. I guess he owns the guitar from the MTV Unplugged,
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
famous guitar. I don't know. They say that's worth millions of dollars. Really, is that worth millions of dollars because of that show that Kurt played? I don't know, but they say so. I mean, you don't usually see price tags of millions of dollars
Right.
for Beatles guitars. You know what I mean? I can't imagine one of Kurt's would, but
Well, you're in the Nikki Six bass market, so you
Yeah.
know better than me.
yeah, his don't get up that high.
Even fake ones.
But anyway,
It might be fake. We don't know.
we don't know for sure. It's just, yeah. It's told it was real.
By a guy.
By a guy who
on
wouldn't
the
lie,
internet.
has no ulterior motive whatsoever.
The guy on the internet told Mike it was a real Nikki Six bass.
Straight shooter on the internet.
Actually, it was a girl
Oh.
Oh wow!
who's been accused of stealing. Other
Oh,
people's-
no.
So, I was like, no, I'm standing by this person's word, this and that, and then I found a few things that
Raised some questions.
Yeah,
Really, the
about- yeah.
strings.
yeah, about her moral,
Well-
how deep her morals are planted.
That and the fact that you personally got to know Nikki Sixx's bass tech.
Yeah,
Who
Tim
then
Lucy.
confirmed that he never ever had strings like that on his bass, and there's
Yeah.
no way in fuck that could be his bass.
Which is the bullshit part because he goes first.
I mean, anybody can put any strings on a bass, so that doesn't solve the equation.
and that's what I'm standing by.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm standing
Just someone else bought this original Nixie Six
Yeah, and
bass
restrung
and
it.
restrung it.
and restrung
It's
it.
very
Why
possible,
would they do
right?
that?
Why would the fuck would you do that? I don't know. you
It's
wanted-
like, you get a Picasso and you're like, I'll add a daisy in the corner.
why not? Yeah, spruce it up a bit.
Yeah, this is all well and good, but you're right.
But
Just
it could be better. Yeah. No, the bullshit part was Tim emailed me back, remember, and went, I think I do remember that bass. Yeah, he had some weird bass, and I do remember that. I think you're good. And I went, good enough.
Yeah.
And I wrote the girl back, and I said, here's your money. I will take that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, he was like, you know what? On
Tim.
reflection, took another look at those pictures, and boy, oh boy, those strings were never in our arsenal.
Should
Nah.
just deleted and pretended
This
just
didn't
bury,
happen. This
yeah,
didn't
bury
happen.
that down deep.
He's like, I hope you didn't make a move on that thing because I've got some doubts now, just a few doubts. So
Oh man.
yeah. So anyway, they apparently wanted this guitar back that he claims was a gift that she gave him like 2 months before they got married back in 2014 or something, or 6 months before that. So he says that she agreed to give him the guitar in order to settle their divorce. So he is now suing John Nazarian, an actor named Russ Butler from 13 Reasons Why, and musician Michael Schenk, as they were all involved in the ordeal as well. And he says they were able to break in because they started yelling, "Police, open up! LAPD, open the fucking door!" And so he opens the door, and he says Sam Lufty, who's kind of a shady character, he was one of Britney Spears' old managers. Apparently he's kind of a henchman for, a lot of people believe he's kind of a henchman for Courtney Love now.
Gotcha.
Lufty grabbed him by the dick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
serious.
strong. Yeah, I mean, talk about coming in hot. You know, open up, LAPD. You know, grabs him by his dick, and then gets within inches of his face and whispers, "Listen, faggot, calm the fuck down, or we'll drag you upstairs and take turns fucking you." Does that seem way, way over the top for like when you first enter? You know what I mean? Like, dude.
That's pretty shocking.
Settle down, faggot, or we'll take you upstairs and take turns fucking you.
Sets the mood, yeah.
I mean, could just the four of you couldn't walk in and go, "All right, where is it? Where's the guitar?
Yeah.
Fuck face."
Yeah, I've
know?
got a gun, or I'm going to beat you up.
Yeah.
You kind of fuck him. I mean,
Fuck him. Like,
if
dude,
I was one of the henchmen, whoa,
Oh.
speak for yourself,
Time
Tim,
out. Yeah.
or whatever you are.
Sam Lufty.
Sam,
settle down, sir. I didn't sign up
For the record, I'm not going to fuck that guy.
Dude,
I'll shoot him in the head if you want me to.
I said I'd come over here gladly and punch his face till it bled, and then we get the guitar and leave. There was nothing in the deal about taking
not fucking the
turns. Fucking what? I'm supposed to fuck him? I don't even know where in line I am. Am I fucking him after you, Sam? No, thank you, sir.
So Sam loses credibility right off the bat.
All credibility. Maybe that's why he whispered it.
Yeah.
Just
He
so
didn't
this guy
want
can
any
hear
objection on the record.
Yeah, as all three of the other guys go, whoa,
Whoa.
Hold on.
Speak for yourself.
Jesus, dude, really? We're on Isaiah Silva's team now. This is bullshit. Anything to do with that?
Fair to say that Kurt is rolling over in his grave right now, knowing that there's this battle over his guitar.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that dude, so much of his angst was, drawn from this notion that they got too big, and which is, you can argue that all day long, whether that's lame or not. But,
yeah.
He's got to just be like, fuck. Let's say he's lying in his grave right now.
That would suck to be.
He doesn't have a head, so he can't, not much of one.
Not at all, dude.
Can't really think like I'm suggesting, but
right.
You get what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, if. I don't know that that'd be a huge concern of his, though. Why? He's up doing other things now. You know what I mean?
You think he's up?
Yeah, I think he was a tortured soul and a kind guy. So, misunderstood at times. But yeah, I think he was, on the whole, good enough to be upstairs. I don't know.
Hopefully he came across Jesse Duplantis at some point in his life and gave him his life to Jesus.
For the Lord. All right, we've gone long. Should we wrap up here?
We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
I like that. I like that idea. Oh, God, I had a ghost story. You love ghosts, don't you?
I do believe in the spiritual realm, Mike, so who am I to say that ghosts don't exist?
Dude, maybe we'll hold it for
Specters?
tomorrow, but, one of those where
Phantoms?
all of a sudden there's some, family picture, and then there's just some fucking dude in the
Some
background.
guy.
You're like,
Can't explain it. Who's that dude?
Why is that kid there?
Yeah.
Creepy
Why the
as
kid?
shit. Maybe we'll touch on that tomorrow.
Maybe we'll get into E's belief in fairies and pixies.
There you go. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today on the Detroit Cast. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do it again. Hopefully you'll all join us.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.